I know I said that there wasn't going to be any more side quests done. I wrapped it up in part 31, or at least part 30, but this one kind of irked my nerves when I passed by it driving in the car with Ardyn. So, let's go on ahead and get this van and get it over with. We still have enough time anyway, and besides, I'd rather not drive with Ardyn at night. That would be hazardous to my health. He would even suggest for you to go to sleep anyway, so there would be not much you could do on that regard. So I'm going to go on ahead and do this quest, then sleep, and then deal with Ardyn. And in case you're wondering, yeah, I kind of gave it away who the person we're following is, because, let's face it, there's many playthroughs of Final Fantasy 15. So, let's get this box. And let's head back to Lestallum. And that should be the last van interrupted we have to do. So, let's quick teleport over to Lestallum and just be done with this quest. I just had to get it out of the way. After all, it would be annoying to do this and all of a sudden Gladiolus or Prompto or Noctis points out, hey, is that the van we're supposed to be looking for? In the middle of us driving. Because that actually has happened to me before. So yeah, they do come this way. So, without further ado, we'll just drive around and sightsee and stuff like that after we get ourselves a good night's rest. And of course, this loading screen is not as bad as the last one, thankfully. Okay, I stand corrected. It went on a little bit longer than it should. Ah, boy. But no worries, folks. We really will go to Chapter 4 today. I was not lying about not going to Chapter 4, because I am going to Chapter 4. It's just the fact that I had to get that nuisance out of the way. Because after all, I'll end up getting more money by the time I'm ready to ship out in Chapter 7. And I'm going to take that money and I'm going to buy me some more food, just in case we run into some more camping grounds and Ignis needs to make some more food or make some hearty meals that will actually help us. Wow, we managed to make it here just when it got dark. So let's just go on ahead, get ourselves, well, turn this in first, then we get ourselves some shut-eye, and then we will continue on with the story. So, what's going to be on the agenda this part? Aside from us going on with Chapter 4, I'll try to do as much of Chapter 4 as I possibly can. I mean, this is basically the shortest chapter in the game. And most of it is being done on this part. The other half of it is going to be done in part 33, which basically means everything we do from here on in will be Chapter 5. So that is something that I need to point out.
I believe this is yours.
You're a lifesaver, brother. Bet you're curious what's inside.
Not really.
I'd tell you don't be a bore, but the contents ain't exactly riveting either. Just my usual. I'll make it cheap though, so be sure to buy up.
And now this store also has a discount as well. This will be the second discount we actually have from this store. So things that I bought earlier that normally was expensive have now dropped dramatically in price, because last time I checked, this griffin breast used to be 5,000. Now it's down to 2. That is pretty damn thoughtful of the guy. I mean, after all, we did pick up all of his merchandise. So yeah, getting a discount is kind of given on that note. So we should go on ahead and view the viewfinder first, and then we can actually get up in the morning and deal with Ardyn. At least we won't have to sit through that like early in the morning, but the sooner we get Ardyn out of the way, the better. Because he's right there near the viewfinder, looking at the Disc of Noctis.
I'm not so sure it is.
Aren't nursery rhymes curious things? Like this one. From the deep, the Archeon calls. Yet on deaf ears the god's tongue falls. The king made to kneel, in pain he crawls.
So how do we keep him on his feet?
You need only heed the call. Visit the Archeon and hear his plea. I can take you.
We in?
I don't know. We take a ride?
But watch our backs.
Fair enough. Let's do it.
I'm not one to stand on ceremony, but such an occasion calls for an introduction. Please call me Ardyn.
This guy. In case any of you have wondered who he is, he showed up in part 4 to tell everybody that the docks were closed in Galdin Quay. Well, here he is again, taking you to the Disc of Noctis. This seems very too convenient. But he is dragging you over to his car. Which, by the way, is a Chevy. Yeah, that's right. He's driving a Chevy. We're driving an Audi.
This is not normal.
Yeah, it's a Chevy Corvette, as a matter of fact. No, wait, no, it's not a Chevy. It's actually a Mustang.
All set.
But we don't need to actually drive with Ardyn right now.
When you were ready.
We might as well take a nap and wake up. And that's what we did off screen, because the 10-minute mark. I thought it was a Corvette and I thought it was a Chevy. But actually, the car he's driving is indeed a Mustang. Probably an old classic Mustang, but a Mustang nonetheless. Those things are freaking expensive, in case you're wondering. Just like Audis, Mustangs are expensive. And yet somehow, product placement just litters this entirety of the game. Now, here's the armature tree. I might as well show this off because I'm getting all the skills that are here that are available right now. I'm going to get this skill. I'm going to get this skill. I'm going to get this skill. And I'm going to get another skill down below here. Oh wait, that skill's not unlocked yet. Shit. I got to get some more King Swords in order for the armature skill to get increased. But I'm going to take some more time in actually unlocking some more skills and show off what exactly I'm unlocking, because it's going to come down to a point where I'm going to eventually have to unlock some more armature skills. Not armature, I mean ascension table skills, in order for me to survive the later levels of the game. And we're going to stop right there because we don't have enough to fill out any more skills in the Ascension table. So let's go on ahead and talk to Ardyn in his Dodge. Yes, this is a Dodge. Or I thought it was a Mustang, whatever.
Allow me to do the honor of assigning your driver. I choose you.
FYI, you're driving no matter what you choose. It's just that depending on what choice you make, one of your characters is going to get experience.
All yours, Ignis.
Come now, he always drives. Be a friend and let him rest for a change. You drive your car and I drive mine. With that decided, let us be off.
Well, with that said, Chapter 3 is done. And Ignis got more experience points because of that. Honestly, makes me wish I hadn't have slept, because I honestly thought we were leaving right then and there. That was my mistake. But because of that, Chapter 3 is done, and now Chapter 4 continues on with Living Legend. And, yeah, this is the shortest chapter in the game. Let me remind you all, because what we're doing is basically driving to the Disc of Cauthis, and we will be in Cauthis for most of this part and the next part. So yeah, it is literally very short. And that's because I did a lot of editing too. I do believe there will be a cutscene in order. And we'll be driving. And by the way, the stipulation of the driving, if you fall behind, Ardyn will leave you and it'll be an automatic game over. And everybody complains about Chapter 13. This was actually one of the ones that kinda irked my nerves the most. Although it was easy with the regular Regalia. The Type D, not so much. So yeah, I switched to the regular Regalia just in case. So thus, Chapter 4 begins. And I'll shut up because there's actually dialogue coming up right about now.
Race. It is a chase. You're not to pass me. Lose sight of me, and you'll lose your way. And no tailgating. An accident would spoil the trip.
All right. Let's hit the road already.
As you wish. Drive safely now.
I don't know if this is supposed to be a
First Galdin,
mockery of my skills in driving or Noctis's, but that kind of hit closer to home when he said drive safely now. Anyway, as you can see in the right hand corner of the screen, if you do lose Ardyn, the game is over. I do not have to repeat that many times, but I have done that. But he is lying about the tailgating part. If you repeatedly ram in the back of Ardyn's car, Ardyn will actually get extremely pissed off at the fact that you were wrecking his car. There's a video on that. Not made by me, but by somebody else on YouTube. Look it up, just say Ardyn is driven crazy or Ardyn gets pissed off. One of the two things. Look it up on YouTube, you'll see this guy wrecking in the back of Ardyn's car. Ardyn just like, in the calmest manner, you are driving me crazy.
Knocked. How are the headaches?
But
For now, but they come without warning.
we do want to follow Ardyn because his car is actually pretty fast. Not faster than the Regalia, but it's fast enough. And also he leads you to a gas station.
Along the way?
At least for the most part, the game acknowledges at the time you didn't get the auxiliary tank and the airflow compressor.
I don't get why you like camping so much.
So with that said, and we stop at a gas station right now.
What say we call it a day here?
What say we continue on to Cauthis?
The Archeon's not going anywhere.
Neither are we under your stewardship.
So we make camp with Ardyn.
Hell no.
Might as well get the tent up.
Oh, I'm afraid I've never really been one for the outdoors. I shall foot the bill, so let us stay at the caravan over yonder. Now this feels like a road trip.
Yeah, go figure.
Ardyn is such a troll at times. to be fair. And yeah, let what he just say be a clue as to why he will not be outdoors. But nonetheless, Ardyn literally hangs out with you
If it
at
isn't
the
yours
caravan.
truly.
And this is even worse.
Not be in photos.
Oh, I don't mind at all. Snap
Ardyn
away.
photobombs
This collection.
Prompto's pictures. This is hilarious. I'm sorry if you can't hear it over my commentary, but seriously, Ardyn just photobombs one of Prompto's pictures. Not the first time, and it certainly isn't the last. But from here on in, now we can actually summon monsters. Thanks to the whistle that Ardyn gives us.
As my mother before me, I'll work to bring
So,
peace to one and all.
yeah. Oh, and also you can listen to the radio.
Please, set your heart at rest. I shall do what I can to ease your suffering.
Lady
Blessed stars of life and light, deliver us from darkness blight. That is all I can do for now, but trust that relief will come in a matter of days.
It's a miracle. Thank you, Lady Lunafreya.
Oh, Lady Lunafreya. I left at dawn to come see you.
You must be exhausted.
A fair bit, but more grateful than anything.
Let us begin at once.
We should have done more, like taking her in.
Damn right. She could have bunked at my place.
Don't mind. I'm sure the missus would understand.
Don't think being married will give you an excuse not to work out.
That came out of nowhere.
You can't just let yourself go with the eyes of the world on you.
I don't know about that. He seems to have pulled it off so far.
What does that mean?
All the more reason he needs to clean up his act now.
Feel sorry for Lady Lunafreya.
Sorry about that. I was just listening to the dialogue of them berating Noctis, and all of a sudden it jumped to the 10-minute mark. Ah, DVR. I wish they increased it to 20 minutes.
What does the Oracle need the prince for anyway?
Imagination run wild much?
They'll have their shots at Noctis because of the fact that Noctis isn't what anyone else expects and is very extremely lazy.
Hey, come again.
But at least he's competent, unlike Snow, who is never competent. Anyway, let's see. Do I have something here? Oh yeah, I forgot I actually got some new stuff. So let's raise Noctis's HP up. I think Gladio has, let me see something here. I guess, not getting a carbon bangle is a bad idea. So, yeah. Let's just go into the shop and meet Ardyn, because that's how we're going to continue on with the story.
Good morning to you.
Ignore him, Noctis. He's just being a troll. Oh, and make sure you buy some stuff. This is also from Final Fantasy XIV, I do believe. Oh, what's that? The recipes. I'm just gonna buy some more fishing gear, because chances are I'm gonna need it. And buying repair kits help too, because you may find some people you can help on the road. But with that said, let's go and continue on our story by talking to Ardyn. I'm taking a lot of deep breaths here because, well, it's Ardyn.
I should warn you, we're about to pass the point of no return. I trust you're not having any second thoughts.
And he's not kidding about this being the point of no return. So you might as well continue. After all, you're in the middle of nowhere, and on top of that, there isn't a restaurant here, so we might as well just move on. Oh, I think there was a restaurant here, I'm not sure.
The meteor's power was a genius.
Whatever the case,
Go near that thing?
moving on and continuing the drive.
Broke off when the meteor fell. Almost
See, with
fell,
the
I should
air
say.
compressor,
But the Archeon caught it.
the
And he's
auxiliary
still there,
tank, and of
holding the
course the
thing
wax that improves
Guess
the
he
fuel,
never misses like that.
we could actually
Or any
keep
day
up
for
with
that
Ardyn
matter.
and only lose a
His
small
unceasing toil
droplet
in
of
the meteor's
gas.
might formed the
But
template
without all
of
that
worship
stuff,
for the locals
we'd
of
probably
Sky.
be on the verge
Makes you
of
wonder
being
what
on
it's like
fumes
down
by
there
the
at his
time we
feet.
came here to the gas station the first time, and the second time, the car would literally be on empty once we get to the Disc of Cothis.
So you know it's hot
Or at
weather
least by the
going.
time we
Will the
do.
camera fare all right?
Which more than
As long as
likely
I
caused
avoid
me to
open flames,
fail.
it should be
That's
okay.
why I went there and got the
think.
tanks that I
We don't
did.
have a spare if it breaks.
Oh,
Leave it
and
in the car?
thankfully,
Oh, no.
I'm
Taking
able
it.
to
Not
control the
every day
car
you get
and
up close
drive
and
on
personal
turns
with
when
the Archeon.
Ardyn
kick
makes
myself if I mess the
sharp
photo up.
turns. But he
Spoken
will
like
try
a
to
true
fake you out on
photographer.
purpose to make you
As
game
they say,
over.
better to try and
That
fail
is
than
something
never
I
try
have
at all.
noticed in Ardyn's driving pattern.
Well, they say that. Not me.
Well,
And he does it
just do what you
every
gotta.
single time. There's a fork in the road. If you're not close to him, or at least you're not a car space away from him, he will try
New glasses
to
take the heat?
lose
Well, I
you
don't see why they
by
shouldn't.
Even if
doing
they
a
couldn't,
shake and
he'd
bake
still be
move
alright.
Yeah, Iggy's eyes
to
ain't
go
that
left or go
bad.
right. I've noticed that when you're following Ardyn.
My vision is passable without corrective lenses.
It's certain forks in the
Then
road.
why not
In
take
the
them
road, he
off
does
sometimes?
that,
Well,
and he tries to keep ahead of you so you can game over.
Ignis
I
likes
mean,
his world to be
it's
crystal
not like he's
clear.
the villain and all,
Indeed.
but
I've
still,
never been one for ambiguity.
Ah,
just
I think I'm getting the
try to
picture now.
keep up with him. Kind of makes you wish I had the supercharger, but I can't get it right now until I pass this chapter and also chapter 5. Or at least
Hey,
events in
Ignis.
chapter 5.
How's it feel being away from
Just
the wheel?
simply
Positively
follow
frightening.
Ardyn
What are you
and
saying?
That I'm no stranger
should
to
be
His
at the
Highness's
disc in no
driving
time.
habits.
Appreciate the
and
confidence.
we still have a
Read a
full
book.
tank of
It'll
gas.
take your mind off it.
I'd rather keep
So,
my eyes
yeah,
on
we made it.
Better not
By
be
the time we
sad.
got here, we'd have ran out of gas. But at this
You
point,
don't really inspire confidence.
Yeah.
we've
not
made
very
it, and we're here at the Disc of Cothis.
Be so kind as to open up.
And he will actually let us in, and that's a good thing. Now we can drive the rest of the way to the disc itself.
Your audience with divinity lies ahead.
You're leaving?
And this is where he part ways. Once you go in, there is no going back. I don't think there's a way to go back anyway once you come to the Disc of Cothis once you finish it, too. And why are there Imperial ships here?
Weirdos.
Ah,
That one again.
crap.
Whoa. A little harsh.
Well,
don't you think?
let's just drive on the terrain, on the off-road cliffs, and look at the beautiful sight, the rock formation, smell that country air and all the dust that's flying into my windshield. Oh God, Cindy is going to have to do a number on this car once it's over. But once we drive to the entrance, we're going to have to get out and walk. The game will force us to do so.
So we keep going this way.
Then we'll find out what the Empire's up to.
So, this is the Disc of Cothis. And there was a random loading screen for some reason. I'm sorry for that dead spot, but I'm confused. Why would there be a loading screen for that?
Is that what I think it is?
Didn't expect to find a royal
But here
tomb
we are, and
Would be a shame.
among
not
the
to
things
grab
that's
that
here,
power.
aside
Stay
from
honest.
Let's
the
grab it and
Archeon,
go.
a King's Sword. So that makes 5. Fantastic. And it's an actual sword for once. Well, broadsword, but a sword nonetheless. And oh god, it's gonna stab me, isn't it? Oh no, please no! Oh! And with that, that makes 5 king swords. We're halfway through! No, we're not. We actually got 8 more to find.
Here we go again!
This one's huge.
Get away! Quickly!
Knocked! I gotcha! Come on, pull yourself up.
God damn. This is the Archeon?
Seems we woke the big guy up.
He's trying to tell me something. But what? Knocked! You okay?
Well, thank heavens you're safe. Is there a way back up?
No, but there's a path. Gonna see where it leads.
You two try to get down.
Very well. We'll look for a way. Be careful now.
You too.
What? We're going where?
And now we are split up
rush
with
off on your
Ignis
own,
and
Don't get left
Prompto.
behind.
And I'm
Wise
with
guy.
Gladio throughout the entirety of this. So, be careful because the Disc of Cauthis,
edge.
people
Let's
keep
not
saying
ruffle
is
our
really,
feathers
really
anymore.
hot.
try
And
sending
they
me
aren't
beat.
lying because
Just
there
off
is
sounded
actually
Yeah, like a parrot in my ear.
extreme temperatures here in this area. This is actually the first storyline part where there is literal heat. But once we get further, we'll end up going into battle with, I do believe, Thunder Rocks. What are those sparrow tails? What are those things? I can't see because I'm going too fast and killing them too fast.
The heat's making me woozy.
It doesn't matter, they're freaking
How
dead.
does it get this hot? It feels like I'm about to combust.
But make sure you pick up any items you happen to see along the way. But be careful not to stand in the fire because if you do, it will rapidly drain your health, and I will stop it here. In the next episode, we will finish off Chapter 4 in Part 33. This is RVMan985. See you guys next time for our first summoning.